we had a judgment that entered in March and the defendants vacated the property. We left open the issue of money damages, and the plaintiff has filed a complaint for supplemental money damages. A lot, $12,807 is what he's asking for. And it's very vague. We've got rent, $5,200, electric, garbage, and then a great big fat other, which doesn't tell me anything, which is $4,800. So, Mr. Penn, I wish you could turn your camera on so I could see you. All right, Ms. Bauman, I'm guessing you don't agree that you owe him $12,552.
No, sir, I do not.
All right, this isn't a very good supplemental complaint. I can't really tell what's what. But let's start out with the rent. Now, one problem is they allocated 5 minutes for this hearing. I have another hearing that sets at 11:05. So there isn't enough time to do what we need to do here, but let's start. Mr. Penn, you contend that rent is $5,200. How did you come up with that figure?
Well, it was, they ran my electric bill up to about $900, which I can absorb a couple hundred of that per month, and they was in arrears.
All right, well, let's stop for a minute. You're sitting in your truck. You don't have any paper in front of you. You're suing these people for $12,000, and you have the burden of proof. So how did you come up with this, the charge of $5,200 for rent?
Well, the thing of it, I have that, but it's on my phone, and I can't access that at the same time I'm doing this. There was, bottom line is, there's $800 a month due for rent, and then there was utilities, and they froze my water pipes, and they burned up my stove. That
All right, well,
$500
just a minute. Would you both all please raise your right hand? You all swear or affirm any testimony in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I do.
Ms. Bauman, how much do you believe the rent arrearage was?
I'm not sure, but I know we were paying all the way up to February, and we shouldn't have been because our furnace was not proper. It did not work. We did our best to stay warm. I don't know where he's coming up with all of the electric because we froze. We did not use electric heaters. I know there was an electric heater in the garage, and there was electric heaters to keep the chickens warm.
And I know the water was working just fine at the end of the day we left it.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason it wasn't working is because the water wasn't working is because he shut it off.
And the water pipes were leaking. I was the one doing the constant maintenance on any repairs to that apartment in the first place, along with all the numerous pounds of rodent feces we cleaned up for them too that had been accumulated for who knows how long, you know.
And we have all pictures and evidence of that. We sent it to a legal aid lawyer, and I'm not sure if they declined to show up today or if they had.
They're here. They're here. Let me wait a minute. And she's in a breakout room. Did you have a security deposit?
No, the first month we moved in was 2 years ago. and I paid him the first month's rent, which was $800, which is all I could afford at the time, because that's all I made was $800. So I was paying him $800. That was my entire check.
All right, well, slow down, slow down. Now, Mr. Penn, you're the plaintiff, and you're woefully ill prepared to pursue a $12,000 lawsuit. You don't have a pencil in your hand, you don't have a scrap of paper, you don't have any documents, you don't have the electric bill, you don't have the lease. You can't, this $4,800, I'm not sure where that came from. You just plucked it out of the air, or there's other issues. Now we just lost him. All right, there he's back. Miss Bauman, you indicate you've got stuff, including pictures and other things, which you wish me to consider.
Yes.
So, all right. So we aren't going to be able to do this. Neither one of you are prepared to proceed with a $12,000 lawsuit. But you do both agree that there's no security deposit. Yeah. I'm waiting for legal aid to come back in to see whether they are have any input on this.
Well, sir,
Mr. Penn, go ahead. Mr. Penn, go ahead.
Yes, yes, it is a little difficult doing this over Zoom. I have
well, you
documents.
can do it over Zoom. You can just do a better job of it than zooming in from your truck while you're on the way from somewhere to somewhere else. You zoomed in all right, but you're just not prepared to do this.
Well, it's I have all kinds of proof and evidence and documents. If there was a way that I could send them to you or email them to you,
well, that's what a trial is. That was set for today, so I'm about ready to bounce the whole thing out of here. But what I'm going to do is set it for a live hearing, and the parties are going to have to come here to the courthouse, and I don't know when that is yet. But I'm waiting for a legal aid.
I think I could.
I know that what he considers evidence is just pictures of garbage around the place that had been left there by tenants before us, and is all, as far as anybody knows, is all pre-existing to whoever he had there before.
All right, well, we'll get into it. There's a lot. First thing we haven't even decided is how much is the rent. He's asking for $5,200 in rent, which you disagree with. The only thing we do agree on is there's no security deposit, but that's rent from when to when. I don't understand.
Sir, the last time that I received any money from them was $600, which was in November, but was applied toward the October payment that wasn't paid, and that's all I received ever since then. So $800, yeah, it still owed $200 at that point just for the rent, and you know, they drug their heels, did not move until they was forcefully removed.
All right, well, that may all be true. Stop. That may all be true, but you're the plaintiff. You can't just come in and throw some spaghetti in the wall, hope it will stick. You have to establish beyond a preponderance that what this stuff is. So we're going to have to start with how much is rent? How much was it per month? When was it last paid? Which months are we talking about? November, December, February, March, April? Have to figure that number out. Then we're going to have to see the electric bills and see if they total of $1,845. They allege that the furnace didn't work, so there should be abatement of rent. The rent should either be reduced or excused. There are other issues that you're asking for $4,800 of other, and I have no idea what that is. Now, Miss Bauman indicated they had spoken to you This is Daniel Penn versus Pete Edwards and Brittany Bauman. They had some contact with legal aid. What can you tell me about that one?
I can tell you that Elaine was kind enough to send us the supplemental complaint. I think on Monday. I'm losing a little track of my days this week. And I had some serious concerns about it. I couldn't evaluate or advise Ms. Bauman without seeing that supplemental complaint. Or so until I saw it, I should say. I had some serious concerns about it. I don't believe that this property was up to code in the first place or an authorized rental. So I'm not sure that the plaintiff's entitled to anything. But in light of preparing for Ms. Wilson this morning, and the fact that I didn't have the supplemental complaint in a reasonable amount of time, I told Ms. Bauman if I had time to speak with her, I would. Otherwise,
all right, well, I'm gonna have to reset this. Mr. Penn's in his truck somewhere between one place and another place. He doesn't have any of the documentation. You raised an issue that had not been raised, whether this is even a legal rental. Now, the townships are Wild West. There's no zoning. And I don't think there was a lease. I don't think I ever had a copy of a lease. So there's a lot of uncertainty here, but neither party is prepared to go forward at this point, and I'm going to continue this matter for a live. Everybody comes into the courthouse damage hearing.
Awesome.
At least 30 days out. We'll give legal aid an opportunity to meet with the clients and discuss it further. Mr. Penn, there are several issues. There's one issue regarding the habitability of the premises. There's another issue regarding what's called abatement of rent. They're claiming the furnace didn't work, so rent should either be reduced or excused. There are some other issues that they were going to raise. So this is more complicated than something. It was scheduled for 5 minutes. I'm not sure how that happened, but neither party's ready to proceed, and I don't know where to put this. So we're going to adjourn this. It'll be more than 30 days away, which will probably take us into late September, early October. But we'll revisit it. We'll have you come here with all your documents, your electric bills. I don't know what constitutes $4,800. You can't just put other $4,800 and expect me to grant it. So we will address that further, but I'm going to reset it. So I'll give you each a notice when I get the new date, and we'll provide that. Ms. Bauman, my advice to you is you continue to call legal aid and try to set up an appointment with them. But Ms. Bauer is about to be busy with me in another case. So Mr. Penn, we'll have a more formal hearing where everybody's here in the courtroom.